Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Tweety Talks. Some people walk into our lives without ever saying a word, and yet they leave behind the loudest silence. This is episode 2 of my series, All the Men Who Walked Into My Life. And this one is about the boy who never knocked on my door but showed up every day just outside my window. After my first love, it took a long time for me to like someone again. He stayed on my mind for years. And even though I developed little crushes here and there, they were always from afar. None of them ever actually walked into my life until the boy through my window. This happened during a very intense time in the country. I was still in school and there was political unrest. Protests and street fights had broken out, and one day our school went on full lockdown. They literally locked us inside the classrooms. I remember telling my friends, shit, how will I attend the wedding tonight? I haven't been invited to one in so long. I was really looking forward to it. They mocked me, of course, saying we might get attacked and you're worried about a wedding. Thankfully, we got out safely. I went home thinking we wouldn't attend at all, but then I found out the venue was nearby, and my mom and I would be still going. It was our neighbor's brother's wedding, and that night was just the first of a 3-day celebration. So we went, and let me tell you, it was fun. There were people my age, some older, dancing, laughing. It felt like something out of a movie. I was living for it. Now, our neighbor had a son who was around my age, maybe a year older or two, but I wasn't into him. My eyes were on someone else, his cousin. OMG, he looked like Prince Charming. I had a major crush on him from the moment I saw him. Not just me, even my friends crushed hard when I later showed them his picture. Fast forward to the present though, we recently found out he is gay. So yeah, plot twist. Anyway, back to the story. Nothing really happened during those 3 days. Nobody noticed, nobody flirted, nothing magical. Just me crushing in silence like a background character in a romantic drama. But then, one morning, after the wedding festivities were over, I was sitting on our balcony right after waking up, enjoying the quiet, and I saw a boy staring at me. It was from quite a distance. Our houses weren't super close, but I knew he was looking at me. At first, I thought, ugh, creepy, and went back inside. But later that day, I saw him again, and this time I recognized him. It was our neighbor's son. The same boy my mom adores, the one she praises like a saint. She says he's polite, well behaved, brilliant, respectful, good at studies, you name it. She literally once said she would be proud to have him as her own son. And so naturally, I hated him. I don't know why, but it made me so mad how perfect he was. He annoyed me just by existing in this golden boy way. But then he kept showing up. Every day, he would be at his window, just sitting or standing, looking in my direction. It started feeling like he was waiting to see me. At first, I didn't care. I had no interest, but all my friends at school would talk about their boyfriends during lunch breaks, and I had nothing. No tea, no drama. So I thought, you know what? Let's just play along. He was moving abroad soon for higher studies, and I figured there's no harm in a little silent window flirt. It's not like anything would happen. I mean, we weren't talking or anything. Just a few glances here and there, and then he would leave. That's it. It's not like I was going to catch feelings for him. Right. Then began our usual staring contest. I had this habit of waking up early, sitting on the balcony, and reading the newspaper first thing in the morning. After a while, I would go freshen up and have breakfast. I used to do this long before he came into the picture, but somehow that routine faded. Anyway, every morning he would be there, staring, and I would hide my face behind the newspaper like I didn't notice. And suddenly, boom, peek at him. He would instantly look away, both of us too prideful to admit we were looking and too drawn in not to. Days went by and we became a habit to each other. It became impossible not to look. I would wake up and find him already there, waiting. Before bed, we started switching off our lights as a signal, letting the other know we were sleeping. Sometimes he would switch off his light and sit in the dark. I would assume he was asleep and blow a flying kiss into the night. only for him to flash his phone light in response. I was so embarrassed, but my heart fluttered. We created our own language of signals. A flickering flashlight meant I'm here. I would come to the window and slowly comb my hair when I was going out. He would show up, buttoning up his collar, his own little way of saying he was heading out too. I would wait until he was gone. We watched sunrises, sunsets, felt the rhythm of the pouring rain. He watched me sleep for hours when I dozed off on my bed, watched me pray, watched me cry when my brother fell sick, and made me laugh by doing silly things just to lift my mood. All of this without ever exchanging a single word. We attended a wedding afterward, someone from our neighborhood. Among hundreds of guests, I could feel his gaze across the room. Whenever I looked at him, his eyes were already on me. It felt like magic. Sweet, innocent magic. Now, how he looked. I mean, only for you guys to get a clear view of him, a vision. He was 6'2", tall, dark, and handsome. He also had a voice that's like smooth velvet. Maybe not like Zayd Meadows, but a voice velvety enough to make anyone swoon. Now, he had a bicycle. Every time he passed my house, he would ring the bell and I would rush to the balcony just to get a glimpse. He started taking that route on purpose and I knew it and I loved it. We knew each other's routines better than anyone else in the world and our bond grew stronger. Then one day, on my way to class, I saw him standing by the road, waiting. Panic hit me, I didn't know what to do. I quickly caught up to a friend and avoided him. He didn't speak, just followed us silently for a few blocks before turning away. A few days later, he followed me again on his cycle all the way to my school, still never said a word, just watched. Then vacation came and I went to my aunt's place for 2 days. Not a single moment passed without me missing him. He had become like a drug. I couldn't breathe properly without him. But when I came back, everything had changed. No lights, no open curtains, no window. Our house always had our curtains drawn, windows open, but his, now it was all shut. I waited all night, nothing. Next morning, same thing. Days passed, still no sign of him. I was restless, breaking inside. He had become part of my day, my rhythm, my reason, and now he was nowhere. Eventually, we found out why. His mom had called mine. Some neighbors had gone to their house and complained, saying we might be dating and doing inappropriate things. Said it was bad for the kids in the area, for society. My mom lost it. Even though she knew there might be something between us, she always believed we were good kids. We hadn't done anything wrong, which we didn't. His mom might have had her doubts, but she was kind. She just asked my mom to let it go. But I was shattered. He wasn't coming back. I waited and waited, but eventually I stopped. After 5 months of seeing him every single day, it just ended. I had exams coming up, so I forced myself to focus. Stopped grieving for a while, at least. I gave it my all, and the results were record breaking. That's when I opened my first social media account, Facebook. After 6 months of no communicating, no seeing him, I searched for him on social media, on Facebook. I searched for him everywhere, scrolled through names, photos, everything. And finally, I found him. I sent him a friend request. He accepted the request after a few hours and ran to the window to obviously look for me. I was sitting in the darkness, staring at him. My heart nearly leapt out of my chest. I was overjoyed, but tried to stay in control. But he didn't texted anything that night. The next day, when he wasn't doing anything, I texted him, said hi. That's when I met someone else. Someone distant, arrogant, and full of ego. He wasn't the boy I had watched for 5 whole months, not the one who used to wait for me to wake up or sit silently in the dark just to catch my flying kiss. Not the boy who used to match my flashlights or stare at me like I was the only thing that mattered. This boy, this version of him, seemed like he didn't even know me. He didn't talk about us. Every conversation turned into an argument, even though there was no real issue. He acted like it all meant nothing. I tried, I really did. But in the process, I became someone too needy, just hoping to bring him back. The boy from the window. But he was gone. Eventually, I gave up, even after months of trying to hold on to something that was already lost. A year later, they moved away from the house, and another year after that, I saw him dating somebody else. That's when I finally removed him from my life. Yep, I liked him. I liked him only for quite some time. I don't know what happened. I don't think I ever will. Like, why he acted the way he acted on social media, or when we actually had a chance to become something, to do something, to know each other. I had really no idea. Till date, I have no clue. Maybe that was him. Maybe the guy from the window was somebody else. As in, it was him, but just not mine. Anyway, what's he doing now? He never made it abroad. He dropped out of college, but I heard recently he's trying again. As for me, I don't have feelings for him anymore. That's how an unspoken love ended. That's all for today's episode. Some stories don't need words, they're lived in silence across windows and hearts. Even unspoken, they still leave behind an echo. That was the boy through my window, and that was us, whatever us was. Thank you for listening to the episode. Some chapters are silent, some are soft, and some just never make it past the window. Stay with me, the next one's different. This is Tweety Talks.